Blumhouse released a horror film in May 2026. It cost $750,000 to make. It has grossed $459 million. It became the 8th highest-grossing film of the year and one of the most profitable horror movies in history. People walked out of theaters shaken. And then the internet did what the internet does. It turned the film into a joke. People posted memes about how the movie was just real life. How Bear, the protagonist, is literally every guy they know. How Nikki, the love interest, is every situationship they have ever had. And the joke was funny because it was true. Obsession, directed by Curry Barker, is not really about a supernatural wish-granting toy. It is about something much scarier. It is about what happens when a lonely man confuses love with possession, and the universe gives him exactly what he asked for. Here's the plot. Bear works at a music store. He has a crush on his friend and coworker, Nikki. He is shy. He rehearses his conversations. He cannot just tell her how he feels. One day, he finds his cat dead from an oxycodone overdose. Grieving and isolated, he wanders into a crystal shop and buys a one-wish willow, a novelty toy that claims to grant one wish per person. He goes home. He breaks the toy. He wishes that Nikki loved him more than anyone in the world. And the wish comes true. Nikki appears at his door. She stays. She kisses him. She will never leave him. Ever. She duct tapes the doors shut. She makes him a sandwich using his dead cat's remains. She kills their friend Sarah by bashing her head into a brick. She shoots Ian, their other friend, dead. And in the end, Bear takes his own life to escape what he created. The wish brought Nikki to him. The wish also destroyed everything he had. This is where the jokes on social media cut a little too deep. People said the movie was realistic because they recognized the pattern. Someone wants you. You want them back, but not as much. Or you want them, but they want you too much, in a way that does not feel like love at all. The film literalizes something that happens in real relationships all the time. One person becomes obsessed. The other person feels suffocated. And eventually, something breaks. Nikki in the film is not evil. She is cursed. She did not choose to become obsessed with Bear. He wished it upon her. And this is the most disturbing insight of the movie. Obsessive love is not a choice. It is something that happens to you. Whether it is triggered by a magic toy or by your own attachment wounds, the experience is the same. You cannot eat. You cannot sleep. You cannot think about anything except that person. And the person who is the target of your obsession cannot breathe. The psychology term for this is limerence. Coined by Dorothy Tenev in 1979, limerence is an involuntary state of intense romantic obsession. It is characterized by intrusive thinking, emotional dependency, and an overwhelming need for reciprocation. Tenev identified that limerence is not love. Love is secure. Limerence is terrifying. Love gives you space. Limerence duct tapes the door shut. Love sees the real person. Limerence sees a fantasy. Bear did not wish for Nikki. He wished for his idea of Nikki. He wished for the version of her that loves him unconditionally, without boundaries, without limits. That version does not exist. And when the wish forced it into existence, it became a monster. This is what happens when you confuse wanting someone with loving someone. You create a cage, and then you are surprised when the thing inside the cage goes insane. Curry Barker has said he was partly inspired by the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode, where a monkey's paw grants wishes that always go wrong. But the film is also deeply informed by modern dating culture. Bear's rehearsals, his nervousness, his inability to speak directly to Nikki, these are not supernatural elements. These are the symptoms of a generation raised on screens, terrified of rejection, more comfortable imagining relationships than having them. Bear practices his confession with a waitress before he even tries it with Nikki. He treats love like a script he can perfect. But you cannot rehearse your way into intimacy. You have to risk being seen. And Bear could not risk it. So he bought a wish instead. The toy is a metaphor for every shortcut people take to avoid vulnerability. The dating app. The curated Instagram persona. The text message you spend an hour composing. The wish that the other person just magically understands you without you having to say anything real. What happens to Nikki is the most disturbing part of the film, and it is also what makes the film feel so real. After the wish, Nikki loses herself. She stands in one place all day waiting for Bear. She screams when he tries to leave. She dresses up as Sarah after killing her, trying to become the person she thinks Bear wants. The supernatural element is the wish. But the behavior is recognizable. People who are anxiously attached, people who did not get consistent love as children, they do versions of this. They wait by the phone. They monitor their partner's location. They panic when a text goes unanswered. They try to become what they think the other person wants. They lose themselves. Nikki is an extreme version of something many people have felt. The terror of needing someone so badly that you stop being a person and become a need instead. And then there is Bear. The film does not let him off the hook. He made the wish. He wanted this. And when he got it, he could not handle it. This is the hedonic treadmill in its most brutal form. You want something desperately. You get it. And then you realize you never actually wanted the thing. You wanted the wanting. Bear wanted to be loved so badly that he never stopped to ask what being loved by Nikki would actually be like. He did not want Nikki. He wanted validation. He wanted proof that he was lovable. And when the proof arrived, it was a nightmare. Because validation is not the same as connection. Being wanted is not the same as being known. And a wish that gives you everything you asked for reveals that you were asking for the wrong thing all along. Obsession made $459 million because it is about something real. The horror is not the blood or the screaming or the supernatural toy. The horror is the recognition. You have been Bear. You have been Nikki. You have wanted something so badly you stopped caring what it cost. You have felt trapped by someone else's need for you. The film is a mirror. And the funniest, darkest thing about it is that people walked out of theaters and posted memes saying this is literally just my life. They laughed because the alternative was to cry.